the most effective, greatest people that in any endeavor, like sports, um, business, entrepreneurs, athletes, all these people who are at the top of their class, when they're training or when they're, you know, I mean, one thing that they do really well is they're completely present in what they're doing. So if they're working, say if we're working, what we want to be doing is to be completely focused, calm. You're just 100% engaged, and I'm working right now. And you could be. There's a lot of people that, and it happens a lot with entrepreneurs and athletes. They're just always go 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 go. You know, run through the brick wall, put on the gas. But to be able to keep that up, when you do rest, you're completely rested. You got to do the same thing. And that allows you to be 100% focused and engaged in the work or the training that you're doing. What do you think about that, Josh?
So work hard, play hard is what I'm hearing.
Pretty much, work
But
hard, play.
yeah, and I mean, this actually, there is a lot to that because everyone that I know, as I was saying yesterday, that's very, very, very wealthy, that makes, a ridiculous amount of money, they all have some sort of balance. The balance between their family, between their work, between their life. But there are times in your life when there are no balance. I mean, this has been like a 3-month period when there's been zero balance. I mean, we don't talk to families much. You don't see any friends. You just work. We finally gotten to a point where it's slightly less work, or we're just allowing ourselves to relax a little bit more, especially right now. But I'll use the example of the guys that we were working with in Tijuana yesterday, right? They have no balance. I mean, he was telling us, the guy who owns this hospital where they're trying to cure cancer, they right now are in a series where they are just working all day, every day. And there's nothing that they can do to stop that. But that might last 2 to 3 years. And I went through a 2-year period of being exceptionally lonely, not having any friends, of just working and trying to figure something out. But once you get stabilized, that's when you actually allow balance. But most people, I think, they try and have too much balance when they're starting off, and then they never get anything going because it takes such a monstrous amount of effort to start building momentum to where then you can really grow something, and then there's balance that needs to be had. But I don't necessarily agree with, you should just have a very balanced life. There's going to be huge segments of time. It's not just like a week on an end. There's going to be a 4 or 5 year period when, if you really want to grow something really large, what I really do, it has to be massive sacrifices of some part of your life that has to be made because of the work that you're going to have to do. But I definitely do feel more refreshed after relaxing. I'm not saying get shit faced until 6 a.m. I just mean just letting your brain rest and have a good time. And there are people that allow you to turn off your brain, which is incredibly powerful, especially if I have a super long week. If I have one, let's say on Friday, I relax and stay up till maybe 11 o'clock, midnight. The next week, I'm actually supercharged, ready to just absolutely dial in.
Mm-hmm. I kind of I try to find I try to do that in everything in life. Sometimes it's hard. That's such a practice to implement because it's always, especially running a business, there's always so much going on. There's so much to think about and relationships to take care of. You got relationships, you got a house to take care of, you got this and that and that and this. And it's hard not to get caught up in, oh, I have this, and this to do. But in reality, when you're at the pickleball court or you're just hanging out, chatting it up, like shooting the shit with your bros, or you're there, you're not going to be doing that other stuff that you're thinking about. Why not just be completely present? And that's being present, and you're open to what's actually right in front of you. And I think that's when you really start to see the blessings of life too.
Oh, I find that difficult. A lot of times, if I'm thinking about work and I'm stressing about something, it is nearly impossible for me to diverge that thought process. If I'm at the pickleball court and I'm angry about work or stressed or just feeling immense amounts of pressure,
Hmm.
it's very difficult for me to say, all right, well, I'll worry about that in 2 hours. I don't do a good job of segmenting being present in all aspects of life. So that's probably where a lot of meditation would come in, which I mean, I should be doing a lot more of or any of.
Well, you can see too where like how that can be super effective if you can get really good at turning it off and just calming, chilling when it's time to chill. Like that's what you're doing. You're chilling out, but you can actually pull yourself into that state where like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna be, I'm just gonna chill. Then, to say you're going to the pickleball court, that stuff's still going on. But if you could turn it off and just relax, enjoy
So how do you
pickleball,
turn it off?
pulling yourself out your mind and just observing what's actually outside of you, where you're at, and understanding, just accepting, okay, I got to get back to all this stuff that I have to do, all this stress that I'm feeling right now. But if you can turn that off by, I mean, it's just like when you turning it on is it's not that easy either. It's just as hard, if not harder, than turning it off. But it's just it's practicing constant, like being like aware that okay, I'm making this transition into actually doing something else now. There's no benefit of, because also there's no benefit of still doing this while actually I'm doing this. Like why multitask all these different things when like really I can only be at one place one time doing one thing. And but I mean, think about it this way: if you are able to take yourself out of those negative feelings of oh shit, I'm stressed because there's so much going on, so much I got to get done, and you turn that off, and then you get to playing pickleball, and next thing you know, you're having a good time, you're hanging out, you're chatting, you're hitting good shots, you're just enjoying life. Then when you actually go back to it, you're in a different state of mind, and you come at the actual thing that was bothering you in that state of mind. I think, well, I mean, at least with the YouTube video I was watching was resonating with me because I noticed that's something I kind of try and do. Like even just hopping on this YouTube right now and talking with you, I'm super stressed out because this fucking car situation is bothering me immensely. At first, it wasn't, and last night, I was getting bothered because my mom was texting me about the problems, and I'm like, sure, there's these problems, right? But right now, I'm just trying to upload this video to YouTube and get to bed because it's 11:30.
Dude,
Nothing.
PJ's not going to bed. He's going to go drink some beers with a buddy.
Maybe.
Oh, you mean last night?
No, last night, yeah.
Okay.
I just knew I was present. I was like, even there's nothing I can do about it. Why stress about it now? But now it's actually bothering me because like it's a recurring
Yes.
problem.
So if you don't know, we are carless because our landlord said we couldn't keep the trucks that we had because they were too large for the facility that we're in. So we shipped PJ's car out from Boston here, and the guy just have never updated us. It was supposed to be here yesterday at 5 p.m. No update. And then they said, okay, well, it's definitely gonna be here by 5 p.m. today, which it's not here. And then we get in contact with them and say, yeah, well, they're closed, so there's nothing that we can do to contact these people. I said, what the fuck are you guys doing? I mean, this is the most unprofessional business in the world. And what I really try and do is because everything is about what you see. And when you're in business and you work, I get to dive in and deeply understand so many different business models. When you get to do that, you see what's good and bad of different businesses. And I actually really enjoy this because they're obviously not going to steal the car. Hopefully.
And I don't think they are either because like
And
it's a regular like company.
it's just a shit communication
That's what it is, yeah.
between people. So how can you take this as a learning lesson to then implement into the business that you have or into your personal life to where you don't treat people the same way that these people treat us, and we treat people more like this Tijuana hospital that makes you feel like you're on top of the goddamn world.
Yeah.
uh,
They do.
they literally make you feel like you're on top of the world.
And that's how you keep customers coming back. That's how you get referrals. It's good karma. I don't know if you believe in karma, but
I mean, I had someone today text me from a podcast that someone was talking about me, someone that I did a bunch of free work for, never asked for anything. I just wanted to help him out because he's a friend. He runs a multi 8-figure agency, and I've helped him. I've helped him out quite a bit because I help large businesses right now. Me and PJ are growing a business where we're helping large businesses with their social media and mainly YouTube, helping them grow and strategize, and so they can 10, 20x the amount of results that they're getting from a view standpoint, and then how to convert those into customers. And this guy was talking about me very highly on a podcast. At least I think so. I didn't watch it. A friend of mine sent it to me and said that he was talking highly. And that is just good karma coming around, because if you do good stuff, then people want to reciprocate what you're doing. This company that we're working with for the cars absolutely fucking sucks. And if I knew the name of it, I'd call them out and call them a piece of shit.